Welcome to our last part of our four-part series on adrenal fatigue stages. Today is talking about stage 4 adrenal fatigue, which is adrenal failure. What exactly is adrenal failure?
Well, when the adrenal weakness begins, you went through first stage, which is alarm response. Then you go through the second stage, which is the resistance. Then you go through adrenal exhaustion. And if that doesn't reverse itself, then oftentimes the body continue to deteriorate. And what we find is that the symptoms become more severe. For example, you can go into a catabolic state, you continue to lose muscle mass, the electrolytes become imbalanced, the blood pressure continues to stay low, the blood sugar becomes very poorly balanced, sleep becomes so severely disrupted the person is not able to really get good rest. And standing up, you can have postural symptoms, including the heart rate going fast, pumping. And this is almost clinically looks like some form of Addison's crisis. And this is where the bodies really start to get to a point where it is crying out for help, but it does not know what to do. It's almost like the body's in the last strive in the disarray. So most of the symptoms, most of the circuits that's regulating the neuroendometabolic system is really, really in a dysregulated state. And so this is a medical situation that you have to see your doctor, because this is well beyond anything nutrition therapeutics can do in terms of helping the body. Excuse me, because the body needs to have a reset. Oftentimes people will find themselves in the hospital, they may need IV therapy, they may need hormone, the endocrinologist is oftentimes involved to stabilize the body. So this becomes very, very severe. Now the good news is that this happened to very, very few people. But what we find interesting is that even when they get to this point, sometimes steroids that your doctor use may not even help. And the lab continues from the conventional perspective come back to be normal. So this is where people can be kind of caught in a kind of a no man's land, despite extensive workup, heroic measures, things doesn't necessarily work well. So they kind of become in a very low state of survival. They don't not necessarily have a survival issue because they've been handled from the medical care perspective to make sure that the vitals are stable, but they just can never get out of this kind of rut, so to say.
And how is that different than someone with like an Addisonian crisis?
Well, Addisonian crisis is a classic medical condition that the endocrinologists and the regular doctors have a way and protocol to help support the body by way of even steroids, which is most commonly used.
And it can be tested if you have Addison's disease.
Yeah, it can also be tested. But when you come to this type of situation with kind of a borderline Addisonian type picture, somehow the body does not necessarily respond. And so this is a very tricky situation.
So the symptoms that you're talking about, kind of like people with blood pressure that are very labile, they go up and down with very little, and to extreme blood pressures even. People with electrolyte issues, like their sodium and potassium, kind of go up and down also very.
Yeah,
very
the body becomes very brittle. That's the best word to describe it. If you look from afar, it's just so sensitive. It's almost like you have a door that the hinges are not working well, so you touch the door a little bit and the whole door falls down. And so this becomes a very fragile body, very brittle body. Most people, by the time they get to this point, homebound, couch-bound, they may need ambulatory help. So it's definitely something that needs medical intervention, either in the hospital or through intensive outpatient therapeutics.
So that is adrenal fatigue stage 4, adrenal failure. If you think you're in this stage, make sure you get medical help right away. We went through our 4-part series of all the 4 stages of adrenal fatigue. We hope you really liked it, and we hope that you can like our videos down below and share with your friends or family who you think are going through adrenal fatigue, and comment down below which stage you would like more information about, or if you have any questions. We're here to empower you to take control of your health, and that's why we're giving you these knowledge of these videos. We hope you have a good day.